Hi macro photographers, want to learn how to tether your camera to your computer? For the best advice on tethering your camera to your computer, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you're notified every single time I upload a video to YouTube on Thursday. Hi, I'm Janice Sullivan and I've helped photographers take their images from boring to world-class, so they're proud to share it with the world. And I've done that through our creative mentorship program. My huge tip to you is get everything cleaned up in your area, especially if you're using a cord like I do. You can see here that Noah and I are getting the studio set up with my sawhorses, and everything's cleaned up because I have actually tripped on my cord before. Be careful. Okay, so you could see that I'm in Lightroom now. I notice that a lot of photographers will say, okay, now let's set up your camera. I don't do that. I will go in and work on the tethering information. You'll go to File, and you're going to go here to Tether Capture. And then what I would do is start tethered capture. Tethering is absolutely amazing for macro photographers because our subjects are so small. So let's just go into this area here so we can really focus on getting you organized. Right here it says session name, and then you name what you're shooting. So we're just going to do Life and Death version 2, let's just say that. But really I do subjects, so if I was shooting cucumbers or, let's just say fruit. Another thing that's really awesome for macro photographers is segments, because you can stack a set and know that that set goes with your shoot. Because if you're stacking your images, sometimes the stack can get confusing. The next area, naming, is for me pretty important. I like to add my own information so it's easier to find. And what's nice is it shows you up here. See this area up here? This is showing you what it's going to look like. And then say if I want, which is nice to have numbering, because if you're doing, again, stacking, so if you want to have your numbers like this, then you'll know that here's fruit 2 and it's 0, 0, but it's going to go to 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. You can also add your sequences to 0, just 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. If you're doing a lot, these numbers make a big difference. So once you're done, then of course you just push done. This is something that's really important, your destination, so you can find your work. So I'm going to choose the location that I want. If you already have a folder, you would pick the folder. If you want a new folder, then you would just type the new folder, and I'll just say fruit, and it's in my movies area. So now that I've chose this, I'll go here, and you can see that this is where the images will go. Another great tip I want to give you is adding to a collection. So this way, if you really are working on a portfolio or something that you are clumping together, click on Add to Collection, and here is my creative project. So in here, is my Life and Death folder. So say if I want to add it to that because it's part of this project, perfect, easy, okay, and I will call it the fruit and veggie, and push OK. So next, what you're going to do is take the time to add some information, because it's going to help you find your images. So I've already done my basic metadata. You can make a new group of information. See here, new metadata, and then you just add your information here and then give it a name. It's really easy to do and really important to do for copyrights. And then also a couple keywords. So I would do maybe life and death, because that's for me. And then, fruit, because I'm going to shoot fruit and maybe some veggie. So if for some reason that you forgot to do the information, because I did when I was making this video, you'll have to shut down, at least I did. I had to shut down Lightroom, come back up to this tethering information. Okay, so there's other options, and I wouldn't disable auto advance for us photographers, because we want to see every single time a photo is shot. So for us, this wouldn't really work. Give it a name, which I already did, and we push OK. Now let's go ahead and just plug in the cords to the camera. Push the shutter button halfway to wake up the camera, and it will see our camera, and we will have some fun. Okay, now you can see that Noah is putting my cord into my camera on the side of my Canon. And it's pretty easy. You just got to be careful, put it right in. I highly recommend Tether tools to help you out if you're going to be tethering. They're a great place. Here is Kiana putting the USB cord into the computer, and here you could see
it's all the way from my grandma's camera to my grandma's computer.
Today I'm sharing with you how to tether from Lightroom, but I'm curious, do you use on one or another software program? Let me know down in the comments below, and I may just make you a video on tethering in that software. My camera is in, so we'll go over this real quick. Here is my shutter, my f-stop, my ISO. I'm on daylight white balance. You could develop if you wanted to do this. And then this right here is your shutter button, which is really nice, because with macro photography, you push in your camera, you can definitely have issues with camera shake. But you can see over here to the left, it's on the fruit and veggies that I put in from the beginning of this video. Let's take a shot, and automatically it's going to go into the fruit and veggie. And you can see here that it's underexposed and it's a mess. Now, on my camera, it took 2 pictures. I have a RAW and a JPEG. I normally don't do that. I just had a family shoot. Whenever I want to show people what I've shot in my camera, I make sure I have a JPEG, because they don't understand about RAW. So this, guys, you have to move around, to tell you the truth. I want to show you something really cool. See, this is fairly new. It's live, it's in beta, and it is amazing. So let me just shake this. See? Move it around here. You can actually see your composition live. Then I could actually see it and fix it, which is so cool. But look at this focusing up here. So right now I believe I'm in manual focus. So let me change my lens. So I'm just going to push autofocus and see what it does. But us macro photographers, it really has a hard time. That's why it's always on manual. We could focus stack now so much easier. Look, you could see it's in focus here, this area. Let's play with it. Now that you know how to tether, let's share with you my ultimate and yes, essential macro photography toolkit to get your hands on my top macro photography creation resources to make your next image spectacular, so you can create work faster without the guesswork. The link is down below. Would you like to share your work in our Facebook group? This private Facebook group is adventurous just for macro photographers. I jump on live on Tuesdays to answer your questions on macro photographing, lighting, post-processing, equipment, and selling your work. The link is also down below. If you'd like to dive into more Lightroom fun, check out the playlist down below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. And always remember that your 1,000 words does make a difference. Cheers!